Yeah, indeed. Very early numbers there. It's interesting when Tom compares booths. That's a very analytical way to do it. But some of us change the votes, the booths we vote at from time to time in elections. Look, I've been distracted somewhat by another contest, but I think Laura's got some more inside information on just how the Liberals are viewing this.
Yeah, I think it's pretty horrific at this point. I'd be very surprised if they don't call it or have called it internally. It feels like they have. About half an hour ago, I was telling you that the Liberal Party internally were predicting an 8-seat loss. Already they've upgraded that to 10. So already they are predicting a strong Labor majority, and probably the biggest Labor majority there has been in decades. One example, the seat of Riverstone. I know Tom looked at this. One booth in particular. This is a 251 vote booth, so relatively small, but not tiny. A 15% swing to the ALP on primaries, a 29% swing against the Liberals, and this booth is in a housing growth area. So you got to look at the transport policy, you got to look at the tolls policy, and you got to look at what Chris Minns was talking about, where the new housing is built. So he's obviously, I think, gained traction in Western Sydney. His whole pitch was to Western Sydney, that we can't just build all the houses out there. Look, I think he got away with some big promises there. This booth and on this count, I think that proves it.
Tell us about this information, Laura. Yeah. Obviously, the votes aren't counted yet. Is this coming from scrutineers on the booth?
This is coming
accurate information?
This is accurate information coming from scrutineers on the booth, and there are two different sources there, so I'm marrying them up. 10 seats, I gave you that list of 8. That's now been upgraded to 2 more within half an hour. So it is horrific at this point for the Liberal Party.
And you can't overstate enough the point that Paul Murray's making about optional preferential, because there has been such an apathy in this election. A lot of people looking to protest or shift their vote around against the government. But, of course, with optional preferential, those preferences don't come back the way they do in a federal election or most other states.
Yeah, no, they don't at all. And I think we're going to see that in the result tonight. And there's going to be recriminations and soul-searching early on this one, I reckon.
That'll be what we'll be talking about later. I feel, Kieran, here is just what is going to happen to the Liberal Party in New South Wales and nationally on the back of this result. We shall see.